TDS has had an Easter event where ducky enemies come around 3 times now. If I had a nickel, however, similar to with the return of the Frost Invasion, this sort of served as a redemption for me. I missed out on both of the previous ducky events, so now I can finally claim the victory in one. And it didn't look like I was going to have to work too hard to do that. I beat easy mode in a duo with a friend because it was really free, to be honest. I don't know what it does.
It's going to be hard this time.
You're going to be hard this time?
Hard mode.
I believed going to hard mode that the same would happen. We could just bring good towers and win. And in this video, you're going to see how wrong I truly was. This is how I finally beat a ducky event. I think with every event that I play, I always go into with high optimism. Due to the fact that oftentimes TDS events are not the most difficult, I always go into it thinking that, oh, you know, I can win after 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 attempts at most. In the past year, I think the event that took the most time for me was like Frost Invasion, and I almost killed the boss in a duo on my 2nd attempt. He summoned it! He summoned it! Bro! And so, despite the fact that I was losing a bunch of times, I was still optimistic. Something about this ducky event, though, crushed all of this optimism within a few days. You can draw my distaste for this event to a couple different factors, but the first one I kind of want to talk about is, I suck at this game now. The first time I recorded this segment for the video, I ended up just ranting for 2 minutes about why I don't like the event. So instead, I'll just briefly say, 4 paths, 2 on each opposite side, it's not fun. I tried quad queuing, quad queue sucks ass, never do it. And generally, I was suffering from a skill issue and dying, and then I got mad because it like, I don't know, the event just isn't that fun in my opinion, but like, it's not poorly made, no hate to the devs, I just didn't like it. Okay, you saw in the intro, I played a shit ton of rounds. I'm gonna try and show off all of them just to display how much time I spent trying to beat this damn event. To be fair, most of it is in quad queue, and that's impossible. It was not fun. Guys, genuinely, if you don't have friends that play this game, how do you do it? I don't get it. Like, there are some rounds where I do blame my teammates, and we'll get to those later. But in a lot of these, it's not even like their faults. I don't think it's my fault either. I just think, well, it's all of our faults, but I don't blame anyone specifically because, I don't know, this event is just, you need coordination that 4 random people online just don't have. Moral of the story, don't play quad queue, but I did play quad queue. The plan was pretty simple. I wanted to do the same thing that I did in duos, which is bring Ace Pilot for early, rush a level 4, and then spam pursuits for most of the mid-ish game to get decent DPS with hidden detection that can cover both paths, as well as my teammates will benefit from this hidden detection with like mortars and rangers and that kind of thing. And I figured that the 3 other people in my lobby could cover things like supports, crowd control like Pyromancer, or slowing and stunning towers like Electroshocker. A lot of the time though, the people in my lobby just wouldn't cover supports or any of these other categories, and as I've found out in previous videos, there's obviously the most common issue of quad queue. Yeah, so I wasn't in for a good time. And then there was this one, where we actually got past that like early to mid game slop that killed basically every other run. The main way we did this was through defending with Pursuits, Rangers, and Ace Pilot. Well, because Ranger can hit the entire map, and Pursuit, you can choose the side that it's attacking while having its like actual helipad on one side of the map. You only need to bring one DJ, one set of commanders, which means, at least for a duo, this is like, in my opinion, the best way to defend because it keeps a bunch of slots open, and in duo this is valuable because you only get 10. But with this, we were actually able to defend the early game like fairly easily. And I didn't really notice anything difficult between like waves 20 and 30, to be honest. And even on the boss of the easy mode, which is Ducky Doom 3, that guy got smoked, bro. He got demolished. We did have one close call early on, which is why we're on 1 HP. So going into the boss fight, I figured I was gonna beat it here, and I could move on to making this video. While you've likely figured out that this isn't true, why don't you just take a look? Yo, what is that?
Yes, keep
We're
shooting.
gonna lose, bro.
Don't
We
stop
no, we lost. Doesn't matter. We lost. Yup. I can't escape it. I gotta lose by less than 50k health to every mode.
If I had... So, the section of me losing rounds lasted 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Obviously, the situation is looking pretty dire. But of course, at my time of need, TDS decided to stop balancing their game. I made a video covering this, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but all you really need to know here is that it does the highest DPS out of any tower in the game that has ever existed, and it made it pretty easy to do a lot of things, so I assumed that for this Ducky event, we could probably just smoke him. And what do you know? We did. Who could have expected the Broken Tower to make this event easy?
Yo, can we kill this guy? Yes. Shoot, pull the trigger.